Listen to me for a moment. There are women who leave a relationship long before they physically walk out the door. They do it silently, emotionally, without a fight. She may still text you. She may still sleep beside you. She may still say she is fine. But her heart is no longer where her body is. It is already drifting elsewhere. And for many men, this is exactly how secret cheating energy starts. I am Coach Jane. I teach men to decode women's psychology so they stop getting blindsided by betrayal. So pay attention, because right now I am going to reveal the subtle emotional shift that exposes a mentally checked out woman. When you learn to track emotional investment, you will understand female behavior decoded in a way most men never do. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications to know when we drop new videos. Red flag 1. She no longer shows genuine curiosity about your life. A woman in love is naturally invested. She wants to know about the small things that make you who you are. She listens. She asks questions. She pays attention. When she is mentally checked out, she stops being curious, not because she is busy, but because she no longer cares about the world you live in. Her questions about your day become minimal. Her responses feel automated, like she is just doing it to avoid confrontation. You might notice conversations where she says things like, "Nice," "Wow," "Okay," even when you share meaningful things. Those words are not engagement. They are placeholders. They are her way of being present without being connected. Understand something deeper. Women invest emotionally in the man they feel mentally connected to. When that connection fades, they no longer care to understand him. And when they no longer care to understand him, they slowly begin building new emotional connections elsewhere. This is where many cheating signs begin, not with flirting, but with a fading interest in your world. In women's psychology, emotional attention is the foundation of loyalty. If her mind stops entering your world, her loyalty will eventually stop protecting your relationship. That is why you must never only monitor her actions. You must monitor her engagement. Once a woman stops asking questions, she is no longer dreaming with you. She is no longer planning a future with you. She is mentally disconnecting so that physical disconnect becomes easier. Before we move to red flag 2, I need you to do something. Tap the like button if this is making sense. Not just for me, but because more men need to learn relationship advice for men like this so they stop getting blindsided by why women cheat. Keep watching, because next I will show you how a woman can be physically present yet emotionally protective of another connection. You need to hear this clearly. Red flag 2, passive responses, rehearsed, or minimal engagement. There is a difference between a woman who is tired and a woman who is emotionally done. One still tries, the other has already drifted away in her mind, and you can hear it in the way she responds. When a woman is emotionally checked in, her words feel responsive. She reacts to how you feel. She engages with what you say. But when she is mentally checked out, her communication becomes passive. Her tone becomes neutral. Her responses sound as if someone else could say them and nothing would change. You will notice it in conversations where you share your thoughts and she treats them as routine. You express something meaningful and she reacts like she's reading a script. The warmth is gone. The curiosity from the first red flag disappears, and now she replaces that curiosity with emotional autopilot. Emotional autopilot is dangerous. It means she is still showing up physically, but she is saving her emotional energy for something or someone else. That could be another man, a new attention, or even a future exit she has not revealed yet. Listen closely. Passiveness is not silence. Passiveness is when she speaks, but her words have no connection behind them. You might share something personal and she replies, I see. That makes sense. All right, let us hope for the best. These responses sound polite, but they are flat.
She's not reacting to your emotions, she's just acknowledging your sentences. There is no investment, no emotional feedback, no energy. When a woman is emotionally present, you can feel her engagement. When she is emotionally detached, her words feel like a handshake with gloves on. You hear her, but you do not feel her. Many men mistake this shift for stress, hormones, or a bad week. But women do not emotionally disconnect in 1 week. They disconnect slowly, strategically, while still remaining polite enough to keep the peace. Whenever a woman starts protecting her emotional energy, it is rarely random. Women's psychology teaches us that emotional loyalty is a woman's most guarded resource. If she is withholding passion or warmth from you, she may be reserving it somewhere else. That does not always mean cheating right now. But in most cases, passive communication becomes the bridge between emotional detachment and physical betrayal. This is one of the most accurate cheating signs without mentioning any suspicious behavior. Because a woman who is mentally invested in another connection will become careful about where she spends her emotional reactions. She becomes polite, not passionate. She becomes responsive, not expressive. As a dating coach for men, I have seen this many times. Men come to me confused because she still speaks to them, yet they feel abandoned. What they are experiencing is not silence, but emotional withdrawal. And when a woman withdraws emotionally, she begins to build a new emotional identity outside the relationship. Once the identity becomes strong enough, she no longer needs the current relationship to meet her emotional needs. That is when why women cheat becomes less confusing because it's not about another man, it's about where her emotions found a new home. Before I go to the third red flag, let me ask you something. Do you want to keep learning how to read female behavior decoded and protect your relationships from emotional betrayal before it turns physical? If yes, then subscribe to this channel. The third red flag is the one most men argue about instead of understanding it. Yet it is also the clearest sign she has already begun her exit.
Red flag 3. She prioritizes personal time and hobbies over shared moments. A woman who is emotionally connected values shared time. She enjoys doing ordinary things with you. She finds comfort in togetherness, even when the activity is simple. But when she is mentally checked out, she begins to prefer time away from you. Her hobbies suddenly take priority. Her personal time becomes non-negotiable. Before, she enjoyed watching something with you, running errands together, or just sitting and talking. Now she would rather do anything, as long as it does not involve you. You start to notice that her schedule becomes busy only when it concerns spending time with you. This change is not about independence. A healthy woman can have personal interest and still stay emotionally connected. This is about withdrawal that feels purposeful. The shift looks subtle on the outside. She spends more time alone. She says she needs space, rest, peace, or time to focus. At first, you might respect it because you don't want to look controlling. But slowly, you realize something deeper. She doesn't just want space. She wants distance from you. That distance gives her emotional freedom. She uses it to detach without causing conflict. She uses it to reduce her shared life with you so that the breakup or the cheating becomes easier to justify. Let me show you how powerful this red flag is. When a woman is still emotionally invested, her personal time feels natural and open. She shares what she is doing. She shares how she feels about it. She invites you into the parts of her world she is building. But when she is mentally gone, her personal time becomes closed. She keeps her plans to herself. She explains very little. She no longer wants you involved in the things that matter to her. That is emotional separation, and it is a stronger sign than any physical clue you could look for. When her heart begins to function without you, her life eventually will too. Once she gets used to living without you emotionally, it becomes easier to live without you physically. Some men try to fight this by chasing her or demanding more time. Others become passive and hope it will change by itself. Neither approach works. The key is not to beg for affection or compete with her new priorities. You need to protect yourself emotionally and respond with awareness, not fear. If she no longer values shared moments, you have to stop forcing connection and start observing the truth. And the truth is that relationships do not end when people stop loving each other. They end when one person stops investing emotionally. That lack of investment is what creates the emotional space where secret cheating energy grows. Before I close, I want to ask you something personal. Have you ever noticed these red flags in a woman before things ended or before cheating happened? Share your story in the comments because your experience may save another man from emotional blindsiding. If you have been listening closely, you can now see why the most painful betrayal is not when a woman cheats with her body. If you want more relationship advice for men and more women decoding like this, subscribe and share this video with a friend. No man deserves to be loyal alone. No man should wait until heartbreak exposes the truth. See you in the next video.